Hold on, I'm going to cut you off right now. The worst case scenario has happened, people. The note-taking person did not finish watching this fucking movie!
There you go, get swearing! What happened to these guidelines we're using?
Those guidelines have changed.
They really?
Yes.
So it's back to swearing?
Don't swear a lot.
I've been holding this, but when did you know this? Welcome to Smash Right. I'm Paul, this is Justin. When did you know this?
2 weeks ago.
After we recorded our last block of episodes?
It was in between.
Oh my god. This two-faced bastard. I've been over here...
Especially at the beginning. You cannot swear at the beginning.
We are 35 seconds into this video. We are good now. We are solid.
But...
Today, I always gotta remind people, because this is Justin's idea, to review the Bond films.
It'll be a good time. Everyone tells me all the time how good the early Bond movies were.
We're still trying to figure out what early Bond film are they talking about.
I think I'm talking about the next one.
Okay. So today we are out reviewing Casino Royale. And of course this is the first of only two that are not produced by Ion Productions. Ion. There's like a whole copyright issue that they got away with. The thing that makes this one unique is it's more of a spoof, but it's still based on the actual book or elements from the book. So go ahead. Let's.
Okay, I'll go through my notes. So what I got. All right.
This is might be the shortest episode.
Jamie Bond, the question mark. Weird daddy scenes. Daddy. What? Wrestling. Most die. One becomes a nun. Jimmy Bond. Agent. Female division. Nope. F tier. There's no way I'm finishing watching this movie. There are two horrible humans in this movie.
And who are the two horrible humans? This was such a light-hearted film. So, like I said, this was a spoof. And it's funny because up until our next episode of a Bond film, I'm labeling this the best Bond. Most of the Bond films up to this point.
I made 43 minutes in this movie and I felt like I ran a marathon. I'd rather have ran a marathon than shot in the foot. Being a spoof doesn't allow you to just be crap. Okay? That's what I like the scary. Just like I'd rather watch Scary Movie 5.
Ooh. Oh God.
To deal with this level of stupid nonsense.
I'm being a little generous about this. So obviously the plot was just all over the place because that was the point that they were trying to do. Because even like talking about they make like a reference to how Bond is like a freaking predator. They call out a lot of the stuff that the first 5 Bond films did. But yes, I at the same point it was like so much clutter in the room. You're just like now trying to sort it out. Jimmy Bond being mad about he can't talk around his uncle. That was stupid. There was a lot of stupid in this film.
I did see the one part, the one day I walked in here, you were watching it, and Jimmy's trying to ride a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
And I saw that scene, I knew I was going to be in trouble, because I hadn't watched the movie yet.
So also we record these episodes well in advance, because we have other things going on. And the last recording block we did, I'm like, dude, you do kind of realize that now, because you didn't watch this Bond film for the last block, we still have to record that episode. That means you're going to have to watch 2 Bond films in 2 weeks.
Yeah. If this one was paired with You Only Live Twice, I think was the one in between, I would probably cancel the series.
So 1967 was not a good year for Bond because now here's the thing. I'll all jokes aside, for me, I think the spoof of it made it at least watchable for me, because I'm just like, we've watched.
You know what level of spoof this is? This is Stan Helsing level of spoof.
Really?
Yes. Actually, I think Stan Helsing was better.
Wow. Now,
Oh, eventually. Well, Meet the Spartan level of spook. That's what this is.
Oh, my. So there's nothing. So obviously you gave it an F.
Yes.
You completed. You're just like, screw this. You didn't even want to finish it.
No.
No, he didn't want to finish this.
How bad that is. I've watched all these other movies. He didn't finish Thunderball.
That's why I gave it incomplete, because it was so
I finished
bad.
watching Thunderball.
So then we're even.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't feel bad about bailing in 43-minute marker.
Let's see what, because I have to go back in my notes, because this is supposed to be a couple weeks ago. Oh, God, where is it?
Oh, God, we can talk about the faculty again. I'd rather talk about the faculty.
I'm actually going to change my grade. You know what? I'm going to keep it the same, because
Well, you have to give this movie a B, then. Because you gave Goldfinger a 78. If you're saying this is better than Goldfinger...
Yes. So here's why I'm giving a B, because I do think the comedy and the comedy and them mocking the Bond whole series up to this point.
You know what the thing about this? You're mocking a series of bad movies. So your movie's going to be bad, then.
And I think that was the point. Because, like, literally, for the longest part of watching it, you know, outside of certain scenes at the beginning, it really did feel like you were watching a standard Bond film. And then they go like, oh, the only part of M survived was his toupee. It blew right off. And I'm like, oh, God. That's when it actually told me it was a spoof. Then you get Bond in the in M's house, which amazingly, being a super spy, must really, really pay well, because they all have freaking castles. And then you learn M is like a terrible father, where like some of them adopted, he pimps them out and stuff. And you know, and then you have the little plot of Bond now being in charge of MI6, and him having a fake Bond because he wants to, which was a clever little thing. Like, everybody's a Bond now because now it's not a person's name; it's a code name, like 00 is. So they do make it fun. Now, there are parts obviously that goes below the spoof level, and that's why, you know, the grade starts to drop for me. Yeah, literally, last time we were recording, I was finishing up the movie, and yeah, dude's riding a mechanical bull, and I'm like...
He's falling off the bull. He didn't ride it. He sat on it for a moment and fell off of it.
And then there's the scene where, like, Jimmy Bond can't talk around his uncle James Bond because he feels insuperior, so he wants to... I think his main plan was to make all the women attracted to him or something. Like, it started to go downhill as the film got to the end.
Gave it a B. You get Cocaine Bear a B.
I gave it a high B, though. Euro, they're praising like it was a... You're comparing everything to Cocaine Bear.
Damn right I am. This year everything gets compared to Cocaine Bear.
But wasn't there another movie you just saw that was like superior to it now?
It's about on par, I guess you'd say.
And that was Scream.
Scream 6.
Yeah. So...
We'll have to Rochambeau at the end of the year to see which one.
Oh, so it's going to be battle between 1 and 2. So
well, we'll see, because Evil Dead Rise still has to come out.
that is true.
Becky 2 might be on the horizon.
Well, it was released in the festival thing, so it, give or take, it should be coming out sooner rather than later. But the one thing that made me probably appreciate this film more is that, like, I needed a break from the Sean Connery, and luckily we get a...
And you jump to a Sean Connery. They take a break from Sean Connery by jumping to Sean Connery.
Well, we get back-to-back breaks because this one, he wasn't in it, and then George wasn't in it. He wasn't in the On Your Majesty's Secret Service. So we get a back-to-back break, and then we come right back in for the final Bond that has Connery in it until like 82. We're getting closer.
No, we're getting closer to Brosnan.
Here's the thing about that. I will take Brosman. Well, I don't know, because the other ones in between are blah, blah. But, F, 45 minutes. B, full movie.
About 43 minutes.
Damn, you don't even want to give me...
No, you don't get that extra 2 minutes of leeway.
All right. Until next time.
Goodbye.